The first time I drove into this community, my heart skipped a beat and my jaw just dropped down because the street is lined with these old oak trees that just give you this beautiful canopy. And as you keep driving up the meandering street, you see this beautiful architecture that is just all different styles. Mid-century ranch homes, Mediterranean, modern homes with these windows that give you panoramic views of the area. Every single house I would look at and I just go, oh, I need to stop and look at this one, or I need to see this one. It has a unique feeling that I have not experienced anywhere else.
Today we're going to be taking a look at Bell Canyon, one of Ventura County's most scenic and honestly under the radar communities.
Come with us as we tell you how it is, the pros and the cons of living in Bell Canyon, California.
Bell Canyon is a 24/7 gated community just across the Ventura County line from LA. There's roughly 1,700 acres, 825 home sites, so every lot feels spacious and private.
It's scenic, it's quiet. Think of it like Hidden Hills' quieter cousin. That's a cheaper date.
Yeah, overall the feeling is like you're living in your own state park, essentially.
It is also intentionally hard to stumble across. They have made sure it is out there. And while you do feel like you're a part of your own world, from the gate it's only a few minutes to Woodland Hills, 10 minutes to Calabasas, and 30 minutes to Malibu beaches and all that those cities have to offer.
A local once said, it's where you go when you want views like Calabasas, but you really don't want to live in Calabasas. Some of the homes and the Equestrian Center actually were designed by the architect Cliff May, and numerous other houses as well were designed by well-known architects. And the homes were purposely situated so they would have as little impact as possible on the natural setting.
But with this luxury living, it does come at a cost. You're looking at homes starting at about $1.7 million and going all the way up to over $9 million. The good news is that those $1.7 million homes don't always need to be updated. You're looking at smaller lots, about half acre, and smaller homes, about mid 2,000 square feet. But as you go up the price range, you're looking at homes in the 4,000 to 6,000 square feet. Many homes have incredible canyon or city views. Lot sizes range between a half an acre all the way up to over 40 acres. With guest homes, their own stables, I've even seen a vineyard. And you'll definitely have your own pool and tennis court. It's whatever amenities you would want in your own personal villa. But if your house doesn't have that, don't worry, the community has its own amenities.
Bell Canyon is one of the few communities in Southern California with a full-on boarding and equestrian training center, offering both English and Western saddle riding lessons. Many lots will even have their own horse trails within their lot, as well as trails that go all around the community. It's very common to see a resident riding a horse around the neighborhood. The HOA is a little over $400 a month and takes care of the roads, gates, landscaping, enforcement, which is serious, as well as the trails and the guardhouse and the 24/7 security, as well as fire safety. There's a newer gym, tennis, and pickleball courts. And there's lots of community events like a snow day, a food truck night, there's a wine club, hiking club. There's also the Bell Canyon Broadway, which provides 6 performances a year from the local kids. There's just so many ways to get involved here. And then there's also people who want to move here and just keep to themselves as well, which is totally fine. There is strict HOA enforcement, so that could be a pro or a con depending on how you look at it. They're going to have strict enforcement of architectural standards and also landscaping. There's a lot of landscaping activity in this community. There can actually be a traffic jam coming into the community sometimes because there's so many landscapers arriving. And because you're in a canyon, there's going to be a lot of noise that gets trapped in the canyon as well from the landscapers. We only heard a lot of that on one occasion. It was a Friday when we were there. Usually you'll just hear the birds and commune with nature.
You are off the grid. There's no jumping in your car for a late night milk run without it being another 20 minutes.
Right, because you could be on a lot where it's even 10 minutes just to get to the gate and then another 10 minutes to get to the grocery store.
Which You can get to a Trader Joe's, a Whole Foods, or a Ralph's shopping center around there. The other thing we've noticed is as we're driving around and I'm expecting to get a phone call or something, and I look down and there's no cell service. And so there's a little trick you can do: turn off your phone, turn it back on, make sure you have your Wi-Fi on, and you might get some service. But most residents get a little booster for their Wi-Fi and their cell phones. I've heard that T-Mobile does pretty well there.
And many residents as well will also have a generator because of concerns from high winds, which can cause some power outages.
Which, speaking about the weather, because of those high winds and everything, it is a dry, hot, high wind in the summer. We've been there before, and you're leaving your car and going to one of the houses and you're already sweating.
It's not quite fry an egg on your driveway hot.
So it's not like Palm Springs. When we show our clients from Palm Springs, Bell Canyon, they really like it, and they actually think it's a little cooler than where they live. However, it is not cooler than coastal Ventura County. If you're looking for that kind of breeze, then watch one of our other videos and give us a call. On the flip side, in the winter, it is really nice. You're gonna have a little bit of a wetter weather and a little cooler. So you can just open up your windows and get that nice breeze in between.
Thanks so much for watching this video. If you want to support our channel, there are free things you can do. You can hit the thumbs up, subscribe, send the video to a friend or 10 friends. All of that helps. We appreciate your support.
There's also, like we had mentioned before, only one road in and out, which can lead to concerns about fire danger. So they've been really diligent on creating an organized emergency evacuation plan.
They have a volunteer fire department within the community and 3 fire trucks. Also, they're protected by Ventura County, Los Angeles County, and Los Angeles City fire departments.
In the last 60 years, they've only been impacted by one fire, the Woolsey Fire. And when the Woolsey Fire came down near the community, the fire trucks were there really quick. And some residents actually chose to stay, which you shouldn't, but they did, chose to stay and put out some of the smaller fires with their hoses, saving quite a few homes.
Ventura County actually comes out in the earlier part of the summer to do inspections of all the properties. And they tell homeowners what they're gonna have to do to comply with abating their property so that it is less of a fire hazard.
And if you don't do that whole list by a certain amount of time, then they come in and they do it for you and give you a hefty bill. I've heard it can sometimes be 3 times what you would have paid for it yourself. One thing we've noticed when showing properties here is that the lot lines aren't really clear. You might go to a home and go, oh, this is absolutely beautiful and not too large. It's really well landscaped. And then we'll ask the listing agent where the lot line is. And it could be all the way down the hill to the Equestrian Center, which is all brush. And so you need to keep that in mind when you live there, that it is also another cost to take care of that area, whether it is water for landscaping or the abatement.
Which means cutting back brush and vegetation so it's not as much of a fire hazard.
There is limited crime here, and when I was talking to one of the residents, I had asked, you know, what is the crime like around here? And they said that there's only really been 1 break-in, and I need to tell you this story because it is a doozy. You're gonna wanna hear it. It's almost like Ocean's 11. They should do a movie about it. So this YouTuber lived out there, right? And always doing these videos and saying how grand everything is and showing off all that they have, which was quite a bit at that time. So these criminal masterminds
Those
decided,
damn YouTubers.
right? Showing off everything they have. So these criminals, they went over to Amazon and they stole 3 of their trucks. And then they had the 3 trucks come out while they knew the YouTuber was out filming live and getting their nails done or something. So these 3 trucks come to the man gate and they get let in because, you know, they're going and delivering packages. They go up to the house and they empty the house into these Amazon trucks and then they just kind of drove away.
Ugh.
So since then, they've gotten really, really strict about how you are let into this community. So much so that one of our clients actually was sitting at the gate for, I think it was 10 minutes in order to just kind of travel behind all of the other people waiting at the gate to get to the home we were showing them. Took a good 20 minutes for them to reach us because they just happened to be behind all the landscapers.
There's actually a landscaping rush hour that you want to be on the lookout for.
Yeah, and also The schools. So there's a school bus stop over in the community. At pickup time and drop-off time, there's another rush. You are just sitting and waiting through that traffic. Besides that, it is really calm and there's not a lot of cars.
Bell Canyon is part of the Las Virgenes Unified School District, which includes Round Meadow Elementary, Alice C. Steele Middle School, and Calabasas High School. And there's bus service for all of them into the community. National University and also University of West Los Angeles are both within 10 miles of this community.
We're going to go over the top 3 pros and cons, a quick synopsis of our video.
On the pro side, you're living in a pristine wilderness area, custom homes, absolute privacy, and you're still so close to LA and the ocean in Malibu.
Top 3 cons for the area is cost of living, that you don't have a local store or restaurant that you can just, walk over to, and fire danger.
If Bell Canyon feels right to you or you're interested in other private communities close to LA, give us a call, Bart and Keziah.
Or if this isn't your type of community and you're wanting more of a beach kind of atmosphere, then give us a call too. We would love to help you find your perfect place to live.